Josh, head back to conference play this week and go on the road. First, you face a Princeton team that just upset Ohio State twice at home. Was that noticed by the team after when you found out?
Well, we were watching video of them today, and I mean, it's noticeable how hard they play. I mean, it was impressive. They're playing with a lot of urgency and desperation, and just watching how excited they were to win those games. Yeah, it definitely is something you notice.
These are two last conference games for 2024. So, I mean, how important is it? The last game you played against Clarkson, you lost. So how important is it to bounce back and try to get six first at Princeton and a tough place in Quinnipiac?
Yeah, I think trying to get conference points is huge right now, and we have a chance here in these remaining 4 games to really put an exclamation point to the first half of the season. So it's every game is really important right now for us.
How big was it to go on the road and have a successful weekend coming off of a break?
Yeah, it was noticeable maybe like the first 5-6 minutes of that game that we were coming off a break, but we didn't respond well the first time we had a break, and so to get this weekend and get 2 wins is huge for the program and just to keep building.
What is about Princeton? And we talk a little bit more about them. They always seem to be a tough team to play against, especially down there at Hobie Baker. So,
Yeah.
What makes them so difficult? Of course, they have a new coach there too.
Yeah, I know like they're really bought into Coach Sire and what he's doing there, and you can just tell by the way they're playing on video, and things happen really quickly in that arena. The boards are lively, and it's the corners are tighter, so the game comes at you really fast, and you got to adjust to it right away. If you're standing and watching, you're going to be in trouble.
I know coaches don't like to look ahead, but Quinnipiac is a team that got off to a bit of a slow start this year. I mean, they lost their first 2 conference games of the year at home, getting shut out even in one of those games. But do you still concerned about how they are because with just their reputation?
Well, I think they're extremely talented. I mean, they just played, a pretty hostile environment in Madison Square Garden, where it was pretty pro Cornell fans and tied Cornell, and they've had a tough schedule, and they're a really quality opponent. So, I think that it's definitely one for us. It's a measuring stick, and it'll be the last one, in the first half in ECAC play.
With the calendar getting ready to flip, if you were to gauge where you wanted the team to be at this point of the year, how would you look back and kind of assess that?
I think we're in a positive spot for where we would want to be, but these 4 games down the stretch really will determine whether it was a successful first half, or I think it's going to be a good first half no matter what. But like we have a chance to really we can get some league wins, and then get ready for Vermont. We're in a good spot.
Let me ask you a little bit more about Parker Lindauer. First of all, how did you get him after he entered the transfer portal?
So John Prokop had mentioned that his friend was in, and we kind of did our homework, and luckily for us at the time, Lenny Childs was was on staff, and he had actually coached Parker before, so he knew him, and so he verified that he was a great person, and we made some calls to Maine, and then ran into him down in Naples because it was during the coaches convention, and I sat down with their staff and just kind of got their opinion of him, and he was driving through. He was actually driving home and driving back through, and he ended up stopping on campus, and we were able to get him to commit.
I mean, you look at his stats at Maine, he really didn't have much, but he's come here, has done a terrific job, especially setting up behind the net. It seems he has a great vision for seeing the play and seeing who's out there and who can get the puck. That was evident on the Nixon's second goal there on Saturday. What makes him so talented with his passing and his vision?
Yeah, he's a great passer, and he can find holes where most people can't fit a puck through, and he's just he's really good with deception with the stick. He'll kind of look as if he's going one way and pass the puck back the other way, and he's got a knack to just create space where there isn't any, and he's really intelligent. So I think that's been one thing for us. His brain makes him a really good player. He can plays on the power play, kills penalties. He plays center. He plays wing for us. All while he got kind of dinged up there for a little bit. So he's a really important piece for us.
Has he been a pleasant surprise for you?
No, yeah, no question. He's been Of all the guys like we thought were going to contribute offensively, we thought he would chip in and be, secondary scoring for sure. But to get, really he's given us primary scoring and a guy that, gives us more depth.
Yeah, he's in talking with Ben Barr last week, prior to him coming to RPI. I asked him about Parker. He's very happy, and I guess he played both wing and center, but he seems more comfortable as a center. Do you see that?
Yeah, I think for us that's where he feels more comfortable, and the majority of his time at Maine, for whatever reason, like they used him as a wing, and I think just they probably had some really good center depth and thought that they could use him there. And for us, it's been a nice addition to give us some more depth down the middle.